This video is brought to you by the Electronic Arts. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video, and this time is another speed building video with the Life and Death expansion pack. And this is another build that I built for this pack, and the lot it's called the Marigold Chateau, and it's placed in the Whispering Glen neighborhood. And I am more than excited to be able to build a Romanian countryside build for this game, and I thank so much to the EA Creators Network for allowing me to do so. And I am so excited that now we can do traditional Romanian builds with the new build and buy that we get. And believe me, if you don't know what's this all about, I will pop on the screen some images to make you understand maybe better how countryside houses and cottages do look in this country. And yes, probably nowadays they are more modernized and there is a mix of styles in the builds, but in the countryside areas still we have old cottages that have such a nice vibe. And I don't know, the style and architecture and every element that has something traditional in it, it's so amazing to me. And I always loved this part of architecture in my country. And actually at my grandparents' house I've been like not living, but I've spent a lot of time in this kind of a cottage at the countryside, and I don't know, everything feels so special to me. And now I am so happy that I can get to show you the process of building this house for the expansion. And yes, as you can see so far, I am working with the base game because that's how all started. For each build that I did, we only had to make the shell of the house to give it some shape, to like figure out how it's gonna be looking in the end. And I was working with the base game, and now I have to say that this is the main reason that I don't think I ever done a Romanian inspired house, just because of the lack of items that represent this area and these traditional textures and patterns that really like they are something from this side of Europe. And you will see furthermore in the video what I'm talking about and what patterns I mean. And yes, right now I'm just struggling to layer the backyard to give a good landscape. But good, it's a lot to say because as you can see I'm struggling a lot because of the limitation and just because I'm not using bb.move objects on. And yes, here I am trying to make a garden space, which unfortunately is not so realistic, but people do garden still a lot in the countryside here. And I wanted to add some plant boxes, but you will see in the new world in Ravenwood in Whispering Glen neighborhood a lot of land for planting. It's on the hills and it's just so realistic. And yes, at the moment, as you can see, I'm struggling to make the roofing, and I love so much this new freeze that we got in the game. This is totally like 100% from this country, because as you can see I'm making the roofing one side larger than the actual walls so it can be over the freeze, because those are called somehow beams here. I don't know if they have another word in English in other countries, but these beams support all the roofing, and this is like so beautiful when you see the house from underneath, and it gives so much more detail. And I will share a picture for you to understand better what I'm talking about. And yes, I am so excited because now you can see that I'm using the build and buy that's new from the pack, and it wasn't all at first. Everything came in pieces, and now we only were at the point where I have some windows and I have these gorgeous columns and the new fence and railing for the stairs, which yes, that's what I was saying at the beginning of the video that you will see furthermore. And I was referring to this print on the wood and this texture. This is very traditional, and the pattern is different in my country, depends on the area where you're at. So there are houses that are of brick, or houses that have white walls and only stones at the bottom, and the wood that's with the columns, it's very different from zone to zone. And I just love so much that pattern, and I really hope that you will enjoy this new design that we get in game now for the columns and the exterior of builds in the countryside. And yes, as my previous speed build with the cemetery that I did also in Ravenwood, it's very kind of messy, and that's because I've been working on the landscape, then I've been working on the house, then in the interior, then again I was working outside. And that's because we got the items not all at once, and I had to change the base game objects that I used at first, and each time I had to modify something. And in the end, I have to say that this was such an amazing opportunity and such an amazing thing for me, especially as a Romanian who never thought that it could be ever in the game something Romanian related, and mostly of all very traditional. And I have to say that I enjoy more this kind of traditional old type of architecture than the neo-Romanian one, which is kind of inspired from France, if you ask me. And yes, I mean those kind of grand buildings that are huge with tall walls and with huge windows. I love them, don't get me wrong, but if you will ask me what do I want to visit in my country, it's areas that look like this, in the mountains and the countrysides, where the hills are very beautiful, where the rivers are flowing, and where this kind of architecture is. And yes, unfortunately, this is not 100% realistic, and people from Romania will notice that. If you watch this and you're from Romania, I have to explain to you that the interior is not as Romanian might expect a house from this part of Europe to be, and that's because of the modern items, let's say, and the exterior is more accurate than the actual interior. And that's because we didn't get so many oldish furniture and that kind of prints on the walls, and actually we used to have carpets on the walls, if you can believe that. And each time I am referring to something, I will of course pop up some images on screen so you can understand this. And I really wish to let me know what do you think about these things that are a thing in my country, and if you like this kind of prints. So yes, that's why I was saying that the interior is kind of modern for a Romanian cheap house, and let's say cottage, not house. But yes, this is modern than it's in reality. But as I said, I had to work with what I had. And yes, here again, as you can see, I'm in the backyard, and I wanted to place here the new swing set that we get with the pack, which is so cute. And that's actually something that many people do have for the children. And yes, nothing much is happening, but I also wanted to use the terrain tool, as you can see, because nothing is on flat terrain here. Every house somehow is on a hill, or the terrain is not like very straight. And yes, now I am fixing a problem that I was told about by the team, and they were like, the house is not lit, right? We don't really have light. What if you want to go outside at night? And I was like, yes, of course, I have to change this, and I have to add a lot of lights in the exterior. And now I believe is the time when I got the actual full build and buy for the back, and I'm starting to remodel the house and reclutter the house as much as I could, because you know, limitations, and I needed to make everything functional, and also we needed to take care about performance issues. But other than that, I am placing like crazy everything that's printed and everything that's Romanian traditional. As you can see, that shelf on the wall is with a Romanian print on it, and I thought that's so cute and very nice to have in game. And I am so excited about this house, even though it's only, let's say, 40 to 50% realistic with how these homes are in real life. But yes, now I will go in each and every room from this house to change the wallpapers, to change curtains, to change furniture, because we got new things, guys. We got a new, I believe 2 new beds and couches and tables and side tables, and I had to place a coffin in one of the bedrooms in the house, the room for Zulmira, the teenage who lives here with their family. But that was a must for gameplay purposes, and believe me or not, it's not an usual thing in Romania to have a coffin in a room for a teenager. I sure didn't have that as a teenager. And yes, I am switching up the items and I'm trying to add new things, as you can see, and shortly I believe we will be over with this. And I want to say again, thank you for all being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for being happy maybe for this accomplishment that I never believed it would happen in my entire life. I cannot thank enough, and you mean so much to me for bringing me the opportunity to be chosen for this very special occasion. And I am so happy that you were here to watch this video, guys. And please stay till the end to see some screenshots from the build, and I cannot wait to catch up with you soon in the next life and death video that will probably come very soon. But until the next time, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and a sub to the channel if you'd like to, and don't hesitate to let me know what you think about this build. Until the next time, I'm sending you a lot of hugs, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye everyone.